everybody that I'm still the boss, that I was away. But I think it's periods of hiatus sort of brought about something, something out of the ordinary.
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised, if there's an upset too in some of the categories, and
Absolutely.
Andrew Garfield wins Best Actor too.
I wouldn't be surprised either. But I mean, I don't mean to. I mean, Rhoda, obviously we're talking. Some people would say that sort of war movies tend to be movies for men, as it were. I mean, that's not really true, is it?
No.
Because this, excuse me, this Hacksaw Ridge, absolute remarkable production, and takes you. I think the secret of its success is that it takes you into the battlefield, doesn't it? You feel like you're literally standing there, on this sort of the precipice looking in, and you're taking part in that, and you can see the horrors of war. I mean, is that some sort of thing that you would be sort of
I'm
interested in seeing?
Yes, I see war movies all the time. So I don't think it's just for men. I think it's for everyone. Yeah, I think it's for everyone.
Okay, for the moment, Rhoda and Charles, thank you very much indeed. We're going back to the excitement of the red carpet and to our very own Judita Da Silva, our entertainment correspondent, who is on that red carpet. What's going on there? Actually, it's Mike Sargent. My apologies, Mike. You don't look like Judita Da Silva. I dare say she's a bit prettier than you are. How are you, old chap?
I'm okay, but I have to tell you, this is probably, I've done a lot of red carpets, but I've never seen anything like this. It is why this is the Oscars, I gotta tell you. We just saw Denzel go by, the crowd went crazy. Michael Strahan went by, the crowd went crazy. Meryl Streep went by, the crowd went crazy. So we're at the end of it now, but I have to say, it's electric in the air. Even
I can imagine,
the hosts
Mike,
out here are pretty excited to be here.
I can imagine. I mean, of course, you've been, you're a very well-known
now?
film critic. You've done years and years of it. You've interviewed some of the biggest stars on the red carpet and off it. I mean, does La La Land deserve all the acclaim it's getting?
Well, I have to say, there's no event like the Oscars. It only happens once a year. It's been happening for 89 really long years. I don't even know who this is coming down now, but it's got to be somebody big. It's pretty exciting. Everybody's screaming. But there's no red carpet like the Oscars red carpet. There's no other red carpet where you have bleachers and people are waiting, and it's insane. Every movie star is a rock star.
Take us to where you are, Mike. What's all that sort of screaming and yelling behind you? What's going on there?
Well, somebody is coming. I can't see who they are from where I am right now, but we're towards the end of the carpet. As they're going to make their way here, hopefully we'll see who that is that's coming through. But we're right near the entrance and the podium where most of the people are doing their interviews, but we got a very good view from right here.
Right. Okay. Well, let's talk about.
Like I said, this is an event.
There's
people
the train behind you is approaching. I mean, people have rated Moonlight very highly. Why does it stand out so much?
Well, the reason Moonlight stands out is because it's a film that really takes conventions, things that you've seen before, and it shows you a very different look. It gives you an insight to how these characters got to be the way they are. I personally think it's probably the best film of the year. I don't know, though, because I think Hollywood likes to celebrate itself. I got a gut feeling that it's going to be La La Land, because we're in La La Land. So in La La Land, they like La La Land. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And of course, Mike, a record number of acting nominations this year who are non-white.
Well, it is a record this year because I think it's largely because diversity now, the planet is not what it once was, the industry is not what it once was, and Hollywood and films and the Oscars have to reflect that. Cheryl Boone Isaacs is a president, she's a woman of color, and she's done a lot to really change the face of the Oscars and the Academy and the voting. So now that the type of people and the age and the diversity was within the voters, I think we're going to see, going forward, we're going to see a lot more diversity than we have in the past. I think this is a precursor of what's to come.
Mike, Thank you very much indeed, Mike Sargent, our correspondent, the well-known
Yes.
international film critic there on the red carpet in Hollywood as the Oscars prepare to begin, as it were, the ceremony. We're heading for a short break now, but there's plenty more still ahead. No, we're not going to a break. I'm just being told in my ear. I have Charles Novia here with me, the director, and who is also on the Nigerian Oscars panel. That's the panel that's set up to take Nigeria to the Oscars, isn't it?
Right, it is, yes. It was set up a couple of 2014 by the Academy Awards to sort of get a category of some films from Nigeria, from Nollywood, in the best foreign language category. And it's been a rigorous process every year, sifting, but we're still not found that one yet.
Right. Well, but you're hoping to do that, aren't you?
Yeah, because it has to be in the foreign language.
Right.
So most of the entries.
Yes,
come
it's got to be
in
that
English,
category.
Yeah.
Okay, for the moment, Charles, thank you very much indeed. Stay with us. We're going straight back to Mike Sargent. Who are we talking to now? Right, okay. I've got to keep talking to you, I'm afraid. I'm enjoying talking to you. But it does, when you're doing these big lives, you're going, to LA and you're coming back and that sort of thing. Right. You've talked about the fact that Nigeria, people like yourself, obviously, with very good pedigree in directing, very keen to see Nigerian films progress to the next level, but you seem to be suggesting that you're not getting the sort of support that you need. Obviously, it's not just the government; it's the corporate, support. It's people investing in films because it is a private business.
It is a private business. Nollywood itself came out of a private initiative. It came out as a freak accident of nature, if I put it that way. But it came at the right time where the what we call it disruptive filmmaking process, which was hitherto left to the celluloid and the francophone countries who are very well versed in 35mm.
Yes.
We came with video, and we started bringing out cost-effective films. I think with that private spore, that private initiative shouldn't die. I do not think we need government. I think what we need the government for is to just put an enabling environment. Right. Power, for instance, in Nigeria, is a big issue.
Electricity.
Yes. And if that was taken care of, would have more than half of our problems solved in the filmmaking industry, because we spend a whole lot of money on alternative power, alternative electricity, as it were, and a whole lot of stuff. Funding, yes, and corporate sponsorship, funding. I think it's a trajectory. We are on a trajectory, and we will get there.
Right. Okay, Charles. For the moment, thank you very much indeed. I think we're now going to go back to the red carpet in Los Angeles, and we've got Shannon Lanier, our entertainment correspondent, who is standing by there to talk to us. And Shannon, presumably you can hear me. What's going on where you are now?
Yes, I'm here live on the red carpet for the 89th Academy Awards, and the energy has sort of died down. A lot of the stars have already left the red carpet. They're inside. The show is about to begin, so everyone is excited. On the inside now, people are starting to pack up here, but I spoke to some of the people on the way in, and some of the stars were telling me how excited they are to just be here in the moment. Even if they're not slated to win, they're excited to be here. They're excited to be around all of their peers. They said it's like a reunion. They're getting all together in one spot at one time to celebrate each other, and they said it's a beautiful thing.
And Shannon, we're talking about I was just talking to Mike Sargent just before you there. We're talking about the record number of nominations who are non-white. I mean, does it feel like they've had to reach very far to give these nominations and recognition to African American actors, or were the performances quite simply brilliant by any standards?
And you know what? I think that's the thing. The performances were brilliant, so they could not deny how great the actors were, so they're just getting their just due. I don't think they're doing them any favors by nominating them. They deserve to be nominated, and I think that's one of the things that's really changing with the Academy, is they have a lot more diversity in the judging board of the Academy, so the people that were voting are more diverse. The people that are voting are more aware that there are other people out there that need to be recognized, and I'm happy that they had an opportunity to recognize 3 amazing films and more. Some of the documentaries, like we spoke with Ava DuVernay earlier, her film 13th is also nominated. So there are a lot of people that are nominated in every major category that are people of color, and it's a very exciting night to see that diversity.
And of course, Shannon, there's been a lot of talk about political moments. I mean, one guaranteed political moment we're being told could be if Mahershala Ali, who starred in Moonlight, wins Best Supporting Actor. He's very much the favorite. He'll be the first Muslim winner of an acting award at the Oscars. I'm guessing that'll be probably quite a political moment.
I think the moment that is political in itself. He doesn't necessarily need to say anything because he's already saying enough by winning this award and showing how important it is for people of Muslim backgrounds to be able to be here and be at events like this. And so I think his winning is a statement all in itself. And I'm not sure if he will say anything. If he does, I'm sure it'll be very subtle because, again, this is his first Oscar. He doesn't want to mess it up and, you know, and say anything that could hurt his career. So I think if he does say anything, it's going to be very subtle and we'll be very careful. He'll choose his words carefully.
I think I'm inclined to agree with you there. Circumspection might be the way for him to go. Shannon Lanier on the red carpet in Los Angeles. Thank you very much indeed. Hopefully we'll be touching base with you again later in the program. But I think that we're heading for a short break now, but there's plenty more still ahead. Do stay with us.